Hello everybody, welcome back. Here we go. So you've been watching this. We're into episode 3 with these tools. This was the first one, the skew chisel, which I'm really enjoying learning how to use. It's holding a really good edge. It's almost razor sharp. So I'm going to continue to use the tools I make in the handles for the next tool and forcing myself to try and develop some skills. There's the roughing gouge, which I'm also really happy with. I still have not heated this up to red hot. It never got to red hot. So I heated right here to make the bend. You can see how far up the tool it went. Depending on how well this edge holds up, I may just go with this. But maybe as a little teaser, there's a future video I'm going to make that's going to be tied to this whole thing. That's going to be a kind of a cool upgrade. So I may end up having to remove the tools from the handles to do that video. So if I do need to harden this, I will. But so far, just like the skew, I'm pretty happy with how this is holding up. So I'm going to use this tool today too. So let's get these out of the way. Today I had a lot of choices. I'm going to end up making them all, so it's no big deal. But this one, I think I'm going to jump on. I was thinking of maybe a parting tool or a smaller skew with this one, but I think I'm going to go for a beading tool. So I'm going to drill out this part, and then I'm going to either try to drill or grind out these parts to get that shape we're looking for, and then I'll sharpen it appropriately. So yeah, I have done beading tools before. There's an example of one. This is the beading tool I've made before, but I don't like, it's not aggressive enough here. It was really hard to, when I did it, I should have drilled it first and then ground it, but I had already ground it into like almost a bedan before I drilled it, and it doesn't hold up well. It's not pointy enough and all that. So this is going to be an improvement on that, and who knows, maybe this one will get retired or converted into something else. This is some of that bulldozer steel that I talk about in some of my videos that I've made a lot of tools out of. So very hard steel. So I might be able to make a bedan or something else out of this. I keep saying bedan because I'd never heard of it until I asked people to vote on tools, and now it's like popping up in all of my Google searches. So that's how the algo works, I guess. So we're going to reset here over by the drill, get this thing shaped. Once I'm happy with that, then we'll go back to throw on a piece of wood on the lathe. Hopefully there's a nice handle in here. This is going to put that roughing gouge through its paces, but I think I can get a handle out of there. So let's go.
We are back in the Woodsty. ZW is drilling a hole in a hardened steel tool. Bravo, ZW, bravo. Only you would think a regular bit could penetrate something tougher than your brain cells. Notice how the bit grinds away, accomplishing absolutely nothing. It's like watching a hamster on a wheel, but with less progress. And what's this? The grand plan is to create a tool for carving beads into a spindle on the lathe. Fascinating. Truly, Zed, you are the Michelangelo of misguided efforts. The bit might be screaming in agony, but hey, who cares about tools, right? They're just metal, not like they have feelings. When you leave a comment to vote on the next tool ZW makes, be sure to also chastise him for his blatant disrespect for drill bits.
So the drilling out this shape was not going to happen. This is just way too hard, and I didn't want to soften it and then have to reharden it. So I gave up on that, and I went with grinding. And I find with this kind of stuff, low-speed die grinder works better anyway because it keeps the steel from overheating. So you can see there's no blues and tans in here. Sometimes on the very edges you'd get it, but if you keep dipping it in water, you can avoid that. It's got a good edge on it, and it's pretty sharp. They're not perfect, but you've watched this channel, you know I'm not perfect. So I'm going to crank out a handle out of this wood that I'm forgetting what it is. It's from a shrub that grew in a previous home of mine, and it has a nice kind of a pinkish tinge to it. So I think it'll make a good handle. So yeah, let's. I'll probably clean this up a little bit with sandpaper or something before I'm completely done, just to make it pretty. But so far, I think we got a pretty good bead shape here. So let's see what happens. We'll put some embellishments on this handle. We'll do most of the work with these two tools because that's the whole theme here. And let's see what we get. I'm going to get whipped with, hopefully that doesn't go too deep. You know, part of the reason I chose this piece of wood is because it was rough, very rough. And I wanted to put this gouge through its paces to see if it could hold up to it. And I am not disappointed. My edge is still good. I'm taking good sized chips off. It's pretty hard wood. I'm happy. Obviously this handle is failing miserably. I'm still, you know, the tool works. And as I had hinted earlier in the video, none of these handles matter. That is called foreshadowing, folks, but bear with me because what I have in mind is it's gonna be kind of cool. So I'm gonna continue to play with this, but it's no longer long enough, and it's just gonna keep cracking. So.
no help, that's on me. Need 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 no help, that's on me.
Okay, folks, here we are. That's the Beadinator. I'm mixed feelings up here. I think the curve is too deep, but the technique of grinding worked. I can bring this down to make it more shallow. That's just about finding that grind you like. Because right now these are really deep beads. You know, I obviously can make a bead. They're pretty rounded, but they're just too deep for my taste. If you're going to use them for like handles and stuff, I'm going to lop this off. So I had to get a dainty over here with the handle because the back end was cracking off because the way this plant grows, it's got all these really fuzzy holes that are full of bark. It's like bark inclusions. So I am happy with having a few of those integrated, but that was what I was running into. So that's the Beadinator. You saw I spent a lot of time with the skew today. I'm still figuring it out. And you saw 98% of the work done was with the roughing gouge. So I'm enjoying this project. Here we are. We invested 25 bucks on some chisels. Everything else is scrap. And you know, to buy any of these tools, I think I'm ahead already. So I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Little teaser for the future. I came up with a really interesting idea for this project, and well, I'm just going to put that out there. Keep watching, because as you all know, we got 3 more of these. So far, this one is wobbling between a Bedan and a parting tool, which sometimes people call Bedan's parting tools, like if they're a little fatter. It's kind of similar to the one I made. So I'm leaning there for this. I'm not sure what else I could do with it anyway. This one I'm leaning towards, and I'm open to votes, folks, but I'm leaning towards a curved tool, either a curved skew or a curved scraper here. It's kind of a subtle difference. And part of the decision is whether I want it to be negative rake, or, you know, like my big fat scraper is not negative rake, as you can see. So it's a little more aggressive. I do have one of these that's negative rake or for finishing, so I got to think about, that might be where I go with this, as a negative rake round scraper. Which leaves this big fat thing. You know, I could easily just make a version of the big fat scraper with this, and it's a lighter tool, and it's going to behave differently. The thing I like about this tool is you can just drop it on your tool rest and it's pretty stable. So I don't know if that would work with a round bar. So anyway, I'm waiting till next week to let you know which one and which it will be, but if you have opinions, share them. So we got 3 more videos, and then the 4th video, I'm going to tie this whole project together. If what I'm thinking is going to work, I think that you'll be excited to participate. So see you then. Share the video, hit those like buttons, and go make some of your own sawdust. And if anything I'm doing is inspiring you, let me know in the comments. All right, thanks, folks. Bye.